Hello, welcome to Pink Power Live. We are so super excited for tonight. My name is Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I am Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador of Plexus Worldwide. For me personally, I feel like it has been forever since I have been on here. We've been so busy. We had convention. I had missed last week, and I am just really excited to be back at this. And I'm so excited about our guest, Emerald Ambassador Thera Dearman. Y'all, I'm not even kidding.
Woohoo!
Would not even know about Plexus if it was not for her. Like, she brought Plexus to us, and she did it with passion and excitement, and it's obviously not let her down because now she's making a six-figure income. Her and her husband both are. So that's incredible, and I cannot wait for her to share her story with you and just to share her passion with you guys. So, Thera, if you want to take it away and share your story with us, we would love
Real
it.
fast, if you don't care, real quick, I just wanted to let everybody know, just for like the people that don't know who Thera is. So Thera signed up Laurie Cooper, and then me and Kara are both under Laurie. So just in case you guys are wondering, that's how we all came together. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so golly, my story starts March 28th, 2013. And every time I start talking about it, I always get emotional. So I laugh a lot and I cry a lot, and the more nervous I get and the more excited I get, the louder I get. So I am the female version of Greg Cooper. And that's why Lori loves me so much. Anyhow, in 2013, I was pretty much still a newlywed. March 2013, I was a newlywed. I had a crazy teenage daughter who was wanting to do anything but listen to her mama. I had a full-time job, and I had an elementary son, his elementary school. So the last thing that I needed was something else to do. I came in from work one afternoon, and there was this Plexus package on our dining room table, and I was like, what's this? And Kevin said, it's Plexus. And I was like, what's that? He says, well, actually, there is a some kind of meeting tonight in Sykes. And I said, well, I ain't going. I said, I got too much stuff to do. I said, I got charting I got to finish. I got laundry to do. You know, I ain't even got somewhere for Matthew to go. You know, he's too little to stay home by himself. And so he had, Kevin said, well, if you're not going, I'm not going. And I thought to myself, I'm trying to be the submissive wife. You know, this is my second marriage. I'm trying to make it good. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I ain't got time to be running up and down the road. If I got this kind of time to be going to, running up and down the road, I could be shaving my legs. So anyways, I said, well, I'll go if you'll take me to Applebee's. No, I'm sorry, Ruby Tuesday, because they have the best salad bar. And so we did. We went. I charted all the way there, and all the way back home, I was overwhelmed. It was just so exciting. So we walk into this storefront church, and there is the most incredible opportunity and the most incredible products I have ever seen in my life. Y'all, I'm not a party girl. I do not do the candles, the purses, the jewelry. If I want any of that stuff, I'm going to be going to the store and getting it for myself. So, I just never did do any of that, and I never did host any parties because, frankly, it wasn't, like my house was never something that I would even feel comfortable inviting people over to, and, it was just pretty much chaos all the time. So anyways, we leave that event, and I am just blown away. There are all kinds of testimonies of weight and, just people being relieved of this and that, and regular people, mothers and postal workers, hairstylists, just regular people who are making an incredible income. So the very next day, I haven't even drank this stuff. We did have 2 welcome kits because my husband signed me up unknowingly, but I have since renewed myself 2 times. So I am legal. I am an legal ambassador. I just started sharing immediately because being in the nursing field for so long and knowing what these products had the capability of doing, just, I mean, how can you not tell people, you know, like you have a potential life-changing gift, and how could you not gift it? You know, how could you not tell somebody about this? So I walk in, I mean, and Laurie was my very first trial pack. I was like, Laurie, you have got to do this. And she said, what is it? I said, I don't know. It's pink drink. It's going to change the world. And she was like, okay. So, you know, and that's one of the very first things that that I want to encourage everyone to do is share, and share immediately. Because there's just no time to figure it out. I still don't have it all figured out. And, you know, the longer that you wait to figure it out, then all of those doubts and fears and inferiority and comparison starts to creep in. Just dive in, just right off. Don't wait to try to figure it all out, because that's just wasting time.
I have to stop you for just a second, because I'm not a super emotional person, and just like listening to you at the very beginning talk about how like you almost did not go because you were so busy. Like for me, when I think back to 3 years ago when all of this first started, I get so excited. Like I love the feeling that I have whenever I mean, I love Plexus now, but just that new excitement is so incredible. And just thinking like, what if you wouldn't have went? Like, this is such a God thing that has changed our lives so drastically and just like took off so incredibly strong. And I am like, I don't know, just going back to there just makes me so emotional, and I'm just so excited and so happy you went and didn't stay home because you were busy.
Me too. I am so glad that I went.
If you would have went, I would have never joined Plexus, because I would have never seen Laurie's picture on Facebook.
I know. You know, and I would have never known about it had my husband not, you know, seen a coworker and said, hey, you know, what are you doing? And then he started to investigate it. But, you know, I represent the teen mom, the mom that worked in the factory, the married woman, the single woman with children, convenience store, fast food, the nursing student, the nurse, the happily married, the unhappily married, you know, just the everything that anybody could go through. I think that I am that. And I say that because whenever we're making up our list of 100, a lot of people will discount, well, she works here, or she wouldn't be interested in that, you know, for whatever reason or the other. Somebody might get taken off of the list of 100, you know, whenever we do our Frank's list. And I say that I was one of those, because every part in my life, while every area or season of my life, I've always been improving. You know, had somebody just said, oh, well, Thera works at a factory, she wouldn't be interested in this. I mean, it would have really, you know, it could have really changed my life back then had, you know, Plexus, you know, the timing and all of that. Anyways, I'm rambling.
If you would have been given the opportunity at that time, it could have been just as life-changing as it was now.
Right. Had it been Plexus, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So what has fueled your belief over these past couple of years that's helped you be so successful in this?
Oh my gosh, just the necessity of what we have. We have incredible products, a product for every single person in the household. You don't have to have a diagnosis. You don't have to be on prescription meds. You don't, you know, this is a lifestyle change, and you just have to want better. That's the only thing that I think that anybody has to have to be able to do, you know, to do Plexus. But Plexus is such a company of integrity, and their core values match up with ours. You know, whenever you have just unshakable belief in the people that you're working with, it empowers you even more to just stay the course. And, you know, all of the things that might or could or maybe go wrong, they'll make it right. You know, mm-hmm. It's just always knowing that they have your back, and they have your best interest at heart and your children's interest.
I feel like they proved that kind of again even this last week when there was a hiccup with people trying to join during this sell, and they like went out of their way to go ahead and extend it because they knew people were having difficulties. Like, I mean, they want us to be successful, and they wanted to equip us to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So true. Okay, so our team had huge growth last week, which means we have a ton of newbies. Can you give some great tips on what they need to be doing from the very beginning to be successful with Plexus?
Oh my goodness, stay plugged into us. That is the biggest thing.
Yes.
You know, life takes over, and you're going to hear all of those people that are not involved in network marketing, and they're going to try to talk you out of it. You're going to hear doubt and horrible incidents that family members have had with network marketing, and you're going to hear stuff from, you know, coworkers, people that you're around, and you just have to really stay plugged into the people that know what you want and know how to get it. And that's why I think our team page is so incredibly important, is because we know we have already gone through all of those feelings of doubt, and are you sure, and is this really going to last, and is it going to work? And so anyways,
Yeah, but
stay plugged into us. Attend events. If there are events around you, you need to be going to them. You know, an event close to us, even starting out, 3 hours is nothing to drive. It's about priority, and it's about how bad do you want it. Golly, offer it to everyone. Listen to testimonials, listen and get in on our corporate calls on Wednesday. Just everything that's available to you, take advantage of it. It's no different, I say, than, you know, like my sister who goes to college. You know, she's doing a physical therapy assistant, and she makes time to study and invest in her degree that she's wanting. So.
What will you explain kind of what the Frank's list is that you talked about a while ago, in case they don't know, some of the new people on here?
The what?
The Frank's list that you were talking about, your list of 100. Why did they make that list?
Yeah, Frank's list is just I can't remember what that's called.
Friends,
friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors. They're your kids, and
the service organizations.
Thank you. It's called something whenever it's initials.
Oh, I don't know what that's called either.
Okay.
I don't know. It don't matter.
I think we covered them.
But everybody knows somebody. And, you know, whenever you start to really writing those people down, there are lots of people that you leave out. So always adding to the list. You know, whenever you run across people just out and at the gas station, at a restaurant, at one of your kids' social events, you know, there's people that will always be, oh my gosh, I haven't even talked to her yet. I wonder what her sister's doing. You know, even if they don't want it, you know, their family, if you're involved with them any little bit.
We have to write these people down too, because if you don't, like, it's kind of like Satan will steal them away from you. You'll have somebody, and like I've done that before because I have not written people down, and then I'm like, I know I want to talk to somebody, but I don't remember who it was, and you forget. Like, if I don't have my list with me and I'm thinking of who to reach out to, like, nobody comes to mind sometimes if I don't have that right in front of me. So it's made to like jog your memory of people and then also work from it. Those are people that you're going to share what you have. This is a gift that you have. Share it with them.
Right.
Yes. I feel like, too, I'm kind of backing up a little bit, but when she said, like, stay plugged in was, like, number one, like, I feel like I have people ask me all the time, like, what do I have to do to be successful? And, like, I'm, like, literally just sitting here thinking, like, stay plugged in. Like, we tell you guys everything to do. You know, we have the new ambassador trainings, and we have the posts with, like, the list of like the top things to do like right when you sign up. Like, and I have to say, and Thera's on our call. Normally we don't have like just like our upline on our call, but like our team, like I feel like I think Kara can agree with me. I feel like I joined under such a good team, having like you and Laurie as our like Laurie and then you as our upline, because like I feel like Show Me Plexus and like just having you guys as like leaders, like we are just so lucky. Like I can't imagine if I would have joined somebody else's team that didn't have a big like loving community like we do. Like I just feel like we're just so lucky and so blessed. And I tell everybody who joins, like we have an amazing team. Like we really do. So just stay plugged in.
I know, and I've even said that at events, and I said, we have favor. I mean, it sounds a little boisterous, and it sounds like we're bragging, but whenever God gives you something as wonderful as Plexus, and I know for a fact that it's a God thing. I mean, anybody that's hooked to this engine, I mean, we're headed for the top. So.
Oh yes. Okay.
So we know that you're really big on personal development. I've heard you preach about that over and over and over again. So why, in your mind, is this so important?
Oh my gosh. Personal development started with me in 2001. And it was my little sister gave me the book, and this book called, it's a small book. It's a powerful, the power of positivity. And that's whenever I started looking at how I had the ability to reshape my future. It is a fact that everything that you think about today, whatever you're pondering on, will become your reality in 3 to 5 years. And I cannot get enough of personal development. The brain is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Everybody is, whether they like to admit it or not. They're a product of their raising, either how you were talked to or how you were perceived or what your perception of your reality was as a child, and everything that you endure throughout your lifetime. The reason that personal development is so critical is because the only difference between somebody who doesn't have what they want and somebody who has everything that they want is the perception of themselves. Everything that you think about yourself is your paradigm. Everything that you think about your life is your paradigm. And the only way to shift that paradigm is to reprogram it. It just is so fascinating to me how, okay, it's like the law of attraction. You know how like you get a new car and it's a red car and you never like see red cars until you get a red car? It's because whatever you are concentrating on and whatever you're thinking about, you attract. And recently I've just had this revelation about everything that you're envious of, or everything that you're jealous of, or everything that you don't like. How are you going to attract that? If you're always saying, I don't like her, I don't like what she does with her money, I don't like how she wears her hair, I don't like how she, who does she think she is? She's all, Miss Positivity, she's got this big team, she's this or she's that. She's got this huge network of people. Why don't I have a huge network of people? Well, you never will, because you are unconsciously rejecting what that person is. And if you are constantly making remarks about somebody's success or just thinking it, you're going to repel that. You can't attract something that you're repulsed by. So, I mean, just every day learning something like that, how to attract better. And whatever you want to attract to your team is what you need to be and what you need to think about and what you want to focus on. You don't want to think on negativity and what you can't have, but think about what you can have. And it just comes down to believing everything that God says about you. And That's about all there is to it. I mean, just believing what God says about you, and it doesn't matter where you were raised, what you were, if you were told that you were dumb and stupid and nobody's going to listen to you, and it doesn't matter what you think, and it doesn't matter, you know, nobody knows you, nobody wants to know you. If you've always been told those things and you started Plexus business and you still have that way of thinking, then it's going to stink for you. I mean, you have to really, and the reason that personal development is so critical, and that's why we preach it from the very get-go, is because whenever you do run out of your warm market, you have to have enough confidence in the company, your products, yourself, and the industry to be able to share with other people. And if you didn't get that from your upraising and throughout your adult life, then you're going to struggle. And that's when we see a lot of people fall off, and we see people that are doing so wonderful, but they haven't enforced to their team about personal development. Their team starts to drop off, and then that creates so much doubt and unbelief and, you know, insecurities about what we got going on here, because there are people daily that are rank advancing and daily, you know, just having great results with a product. So personal development is the most important thing. It is the most important thing whenever you're doing a business and owning your own business.
From my experience, for everybody that is listening, like, it's not like an overnight thing. Like, it does take a lot of time and a consistency of pouring into yourself and pouring into the belief and retraining your thoughts. And I mean, because unfortunately, I mean, including myself, like, we're more drawn to be negative, and we're more drawn to doubt. And it's just kind of like she said, we're a product of our upbringing and what the schools put into us, and like our jobs and stuff like that over our entire life. So it's just constantly trying to say those affirmations and pour into yourself and invest in yourself so you can change your thinking and be that person that you know that you can be and that God says that you can be. And like what she said, believing who you are in Christ and what God says about you. Stand on that truth.
I cannot agree more. Like, I remember, like, it's really crazy how many people I talk to now and, like, the confidence that I have. I've spent a lot of time doing personal development in the beginning of Plexus, and, like, it's changed me, like, so much in my business, but it's, like, changed me in, like being a better mom, being a better wife, being a better daughter. Like, it's changed me in, like, so many aspects, and, like, it's, like, just another bonus of, like, personal development. Like, I love it. I remember, like, even, like, in high school, well, I started dating Caleb when I was a sophomore, so, like, my whole life was, like, Caleb, Caleb, Caleb. And so, like, I didn't really hang out with my friends, and, like, then I graduated, and I got married, and I moved away, and, like, I literally, like, lost relationships with everyone. And for me to, like, get all of that back because of the confidence I have, and I just can't imagine if I was the person I was in high school. Like, I was really, really reserved, you know, and now I just talk to everybody, and I love it. It works.
Yeah. And then, you know, the greatest reward is it overflows into your children. And so whenever your children really grab a hold of it, and, you're just overflowing to your kids. You know, my son now at 10 understands, Les Brown, and he understands that you got to be hungry for something more. And, it's going to make a difference, because he's not getting it at 30, at 40. He's getting it at 10. So it's huge.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Impacting his entire life and our kids' entire life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my son, then it's my grandchildren. So,
That's awesome. Okay. I don't think that anyone says that this job that we work is hard. I feel like we just have so much fun. How has Plexus made life more fun for you?
Oh my gosh.
I know you love to have fun. So I love you.
It is so much fun. Sometimes I feel guilty that I don't work. Like my son, I tell this story all the time. Like when we first started doing network marketing, it was like 3 months, and I was able to retire from nursing because we just hit it hard. We hit it so stinking hard. It was crazy. You know, we were doing events all the time, and it was just crazy fun. But you know, I take my son to school, and we're doing the lunch thing at school, and you know, somebody had asked me what I do, and my son says, she don't do nothing. She just stays at the house all day. But, you know, we don't just sit at the house all day. I mean, I'm actually investing in people and reaching out to people. And while it may look like to the world I do nothing, I'm working. You know, if it's not on myself or on my team, then it's, you know, it's housework and it's mom work and it's, you know, it's so anyways, it is fun. It is incredibly fun. It doesn't even feel like a job. I just so thankful. You know, that's my number one my passion is to take care of people, and that's what I think my gift is taking care of people, because I really do care about people. I want them to have better, and I want them to have more than they ever dreamed in the beginning that they could have. You know, so.
Plus, you got to go to places like Maui a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, my very first airplane ride was from Plexus. You know, won the Silver Star trip, and we flew to Arizona, and that was crazy exciting. And, you know, just driving a brand new car, my very first new car was provided by Plexus. Just crazy. Everything has changed in my life. Everything. You know, it's just crazy stuff. Like, I mean, I have clothes now. I used to never have clothes. I have scrubs and tennis shoes, and that's it. And then I had house clothes, you know, those clothes that you clean in, hang around in, sleep in.
That first trip that you won to Arizona, like, I know they, like, pampered you guys like crazy. Like, did it hit you then? Like, was that a moment where it was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I involved in?
No, it was, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, I don't know. It was just so amazing. So, like, stuff that I had never been involved in, ever. I would have never without Plexus, so.
I remember thinking whenever we went to, where was our first leaders retreat? Amelia Island, and, like, those 5-star resorts and staying in a villa on the beach, and I'm thinking, like, this isn't a comfort inn. Like,
I know.
I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that, like, I got sent here for free.
I know. Like, in my world, to go to Cape, that's an hour away from us. Like, it's the closest mall. Like, that is a big deal in my world prior to Plexus. You know, so.
It really has.
Crazy how everything has changed. It just.
So, one of the best perks and one of the things that we've witnessed ourselves is all the incredible relationships and friends we meet on this Plexus journey. How do you like working with so many people that you became such close friends with?
Oh, again, it's almost like you're not even working. You're really you're hanging out, and you're wanting them to do better, and so you're just investing in people. It really is not. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. It is. It's just, you know, I never had friends prior to Plexus. Whenever people joined me with Plexus, it was people who knew me, that knew that I was matter of fact, and I ain't blowing smoke up nobody's butt to sell nothing. And if I told you that, it was for real, because you know. So I didn't have friends. I just went to work, and you know, the people that I worked with would be like considered my friends, and the people I went to church with. other than that, I didn't have friends. So Plexus is really, it's given me a long list of friends that I will forever have relationships with.
I'm glad that you had I mean, I guess maybe that's one of the reasons that I know that's one of the things my mom always shares is like she trusted you and she knew it whenever you said something like you meant it. And that's one of the reasons like when you came in and you're like, you got to do this. I don't know what it is. It's pink. And she's like, okay, because she trusted you. So.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I had to go on was I hope I still do an influence of trustworthiness. People knew that I wasn't just saying something just to be saying it. I mean, I'd never been involved in network marketing before. I mean, Plexus was it. Never. I didn't even sell them stupid magazines to go to prom. So.
I never did that either.
I didn't even know what network marketing was when I joined it. I was like, what's network marketing?
That's how I was.
I know, it's just like, okay, so we're gonna like give this pink drink to everybody and we're gonna fix the world and we're gonna make some money. I didn't know that it was an actual thing. You know, like
I really feel like we have that fix the world coming. You just said. I feel like you're right. Like we have a tool that can help fix the broken, help in so many different aspects of our life. And we've always kind of made the comments in the past. I mean, I understand nothing at all is like Christ and like Jesus, but it's kind of the same sort of thing that we're dealing with here, like this tool that we have, and we know it's from Him and something that He's giving us to help so many other people with.
Yeah.
We're lucky that we took this opportunity and how it's impacted our lives, and just everybody out there watching it. I just hope that you guys understand that this is so incredibly real, that we are all totally normal people that just started sharing this immediately because we fell in love and we believed in it, and it's changed our lives. And now I guess none of us work anymore. We all hang out at our houses and work on our computers and do mom work and stuff like that. But we've put those 9-to-5 jobs to rest, and it really has changed our life for the better. And everybody has this opportunity, and you have to believe that. You have to believe in this company and believe in yourself and know that you are worth it and you are capable of it. And you have to understand that you're worth investing the time in. Make those short-term sacrifices so you can have that freedom. Like, this is long-term time and financial freedom that you are setting yourself up for. You just have to put in the sacrifice now. And it's really not that big of sacrifice. Just putting in some time.
It isn't. It isn't I mean, it is a lot of time in the beginning. You're going to feel like all I do is think about Plexus. But, I mean, it's crazy how you can't, like looking back. But, yeah, doing the events and being on the phone and being on calls and just talking to your upline, your sidelines, just researching the products and all of that. And I want to really encourage all of the new people, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out this or that or how you think that it should be done. Follow your success kit. That was done and put together by corporate and diamonds, and so it's worthy information to be reviewed. It comes from inside, so it's Plexus ambassadors who have built from an ambassador to diamond. It's not something else. A lot of times we get distracted with other skill sets from other successful business people, and there's nothing like Plexus. I don't really think that there is a step-by-step. It's just you share and you follow up. You share and you follow up. And I don't, to really put it in like an introduction and a follow-up, and you introduce this tool and that tool, and then I guess it is kind of like the same thing, and then the closing and all of that. I don't know. You just share it. It's exciting, and I don't know how anybody can't be excited about it, but I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna share one thing about like the reason it's so important to stay plugged in And I've just recently came across this. It's by Theodore Roosevelt. And this is The Man in the Arena. And this is talking about, okay, so like within the first 72 hours of a new ambassador, and we're probably going way over time, aren't we? Okay, so like in the first 72 hours is critical for a new ambassador because that is when life and everything starts to happen. And you know, if you haven't already become diamond, you start doubting that it's for real. And if you haven't made $10,000 in that 3 days, you start saying, well, this is not going to happen. But that's why it's important to stay plugged in and continue working, because at first you're planting seeds and you're just letting the people know that this is what you got going on, this is what you got during, you know. Anyways, I'm just saying all of that to say, unless somebody is in the arena, unless they are doing network marketing and it's with Plexus, they don't know what they're talking about. So don't listen to them. They have no idea what they're talking about. And it is this. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of the deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly? So that is his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. That is so amazing to me because, you know, unless you're doing Plexus and unless you're running, don't tell me what you don't know. Mm-hmm. And don't try to talk me out of something that you're not even participating in. You're not down there in the arena. You are not the gladiator. You're up there in the audience trying to tell me that this ain't going to work or this is, you know, for whatever reason you think I'm not going to be successful. You don't know me.
I love that.
Right?
I love that. That was a good quote. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love that. I know a lot of people just put your blinders on. That's what we got to do.
I remember James Addison, was that his name, at convention. He shared, he was up there and he was our keynote speaker, and he was sharing how he was at the airport, and the guy that takes off their shoes and puts them in the little bucket for them to go through security was sitting there and asked him what he did, and he told him, it was in network marketing, and he said that, he asked how he did it, and he said, I do okay, and he goes, I hear that you never make any money in those things, like those don't even work, and he said, just kind of went on his way, he was in a hurry, he was busy, and he said, got to thinking about it, and he's like, that is the type of person that steals this away from people, that takes it away from them, prevents them from doing it, because he said, that's not going to work, but in reality, he puts smelly shoes in a bucket for a living. Like, that's his job. He has no idea, and that's the person that is steering people away from these opportunities because they don't know. So don't let somebody that, like she said, somebody that doesn't know take this away from you.
Right.
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah. What? Okay. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We want to congratulate you guys. Like, how many people did the Show Me team add this month or this week so far? It was like, oh my gosh.
So many.
I know it was like over 250 people in the first week of July, and that's insane. And you guys are incredible, and we're so proud of you guys for working so hard. And we just want all of you new people, especially on here, to not give up, stay plugged in, stay encouraged, invest in yourself, And follow up, follow up, follow up. I'm going to prepare you now that most people that you tell Plexus about is going to tell you no the very first time that you say anything to them. And it takes multiple occasions of following up. They've got to be introduced to it a couple times. It's not their fault. They don't know. They're skeptical. You know, life happens, and I'm sure many of you guys that joined us were skeptics at first. So do not let that discourage you. Don't give up from that, and just stay consistent. But thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we will catch you next week. And thank you so much, Thera, for sharing with us tonight. We love having you.
Thera.
Thanks.